Hey there, curious minds. Welcome. I'm Skeptical Fox. On this channel, we question everything, learn something new, and have a bit of fun along the way. Let's dive in and explore. Our goal with this channel is to document current events. We're going to read what other people are writing on the internet. We're going to show videos that people are posting on the internet. And we encourage dialogue. We promote respectful, open discussions. I'm not going to be sharing, or at least I'm going to attempt to not share my opinion. I'm going to stay neutral. But I do want you to share your opinion in the comments below. Let's get into it. A new AI model was just released. Apparently, it's a very big threat and a disruptor to the existing models that have been released because it's open sourced, it's Chinese, and I believe it's free. Free access to the intelligent model. Start now. You can log in with Google. So they don't have the advanced voice mode yet, but it looks like you can use the DeepSeek R1 reasoning model, which is similar to what O1 is from ChatGPT. Looking at this layout, it's extremely similar to ChatGPT. We do not have advanced voice mode yet on DeepSeek. We do have the ability to search the web. I cannot change my model in ChatGPT because this is not the paid account that I use. It's not my main account. I can't even use O1 for free, I guess. I don't have access for free to use O1, but for free, I can use R1, which is a reasoning model just like O1 is. Basically, it thinks before it gives you an answer. It can also search the web for free. Very cool. I love open source. What are your thoughts on this? Some things to think about. Are the Chinese using this to steal information? Are the Chinese using this to find out what you're up to and then use that somehow against you? Usually, if something's free, that means you are the product. What's the difference? Is it any different if OpenAI or ChatGPT is stealing my information versus China? United States versus China? Either way, they're collecting information on you. What are your thoughts? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what are your thoughts on DeepSeek and AI in general. It's a very helpful tool, I'm not gonna lie. I have become infinitely more powerful through the use of AI, and it's only gonna get better. This is the worst it's ever gonna be. Let's go ahead and jump into our random, I'm just gonna rename this. Let's jump into our random website tool. If you have a website you would like me to take a look at, shoot it over to me in the comments below, and I'll add it to my list. Right now, we're just going to click random. and it'll take us somewhere on the internet. Right now, we're going to check out the Awakened subreddit. How did I find this Awakened subreddit? Well, it goes back to Joe Rogan recently had a guest. Let's see here. JRE. I'm going to say his name was. Let's just look at the most recent here.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. You just need a concept and a way to.
Okay, this gentleman here, Thomas Campbell. This is a very interesting podcast. I definitely recommend that you check this out. This Thomas Campbell person is the creator of the Big Toe theory, which is basically the theory of everything. So Joe Rogan is obviously interested in the simulation theory. Also, I am interested in the simulation theory. Are you interested in the simulation theory? Leave me a comment down below. Do you believe that we are in base reality right now? Do you know what base reality is? If you don't, some people believe that we are not in base reality. I believe Elon Musk is one of those people. He says that it's actually a low probability that we're in base reality. The easiest way I would explain it is if you imagine that human beings created video games, and inside of those video games there are characters. Those characters are not living in the base reality. They do not live in our reality. We are the creators of their reality. So, interesting concept. This person talks about a lot of cool things, but couple things to think about, right? If you look up Thomas Campbell, he's got a lot of followers. By the way, his followers are like die hard. Always be very cautious. You know, if people are almost cultish about the following of somebody, obviously it would be beautiful if what this person was saying is helping you and improves your life. Here's a credit up there. There you go. I'm new to YouTube, so welcome. I hope you're going to enjoy this channel. I'm going to do my best to not share my opinion, although it is very difficult, obviously, not to share opinions. This Thomas Campbell, if he's making your life better, great. He's old and wise, great, you know. But I find it super interesting. Joe waited till the end to challenge this person. It's clear that Joe is super interested in the simulation theory, which is not really what this guy's about. This guy's about reality and consciousness. He's about intuition versus intellect. Intuition versus intellect, okay? So right now, if you're a smart person, she says the problem with that is if you're super intellectual, being intellectual, you're blocking your intuition, right? So is that true? Is that not true? Well, let's just really quickly pull up the AI and see what it thinks. Hello, friend. How are you today?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
It's going great. I just listened to this podcast with Thomas Campbell, the creator of the Big Toe, and I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on intellectual versus intuition? If you're an intellectual person, does that mean that your intuition is lowered?
That's a fascinating topic. Being an intellectual person doesn't necessarily mean your intuition is lowered. Intellect and intuition can complement each other. Some people might lean more on one than the other, But having a strong intellect doesn't preclude you from also having a strong intuition. It's more about finding a balance and knowing when to rely on each. What do you think?
Absolutely. I believe it's critical to be balanced. Thank you. All right, so the AI believes that it's good to be balanced, right? I believe that as well. Thomas Campbell, very interesting podcast. But geez, but just be always cautious of these fantastic perspective, you know. In my opinion, this guy is out there, and I looked into it a little bit, right? He promotes meditation. He wants to share this and he wants to educate people, but at the same time, he's selling binaural beats. So, in order to meditate, he suggests that you use these binaural beats. Okay. But here's the thing, he's not giving you binaural beats for free. Look at what he's charging for these binaural beats, which, by the way, on YouTube, you can get binaural beats for free. $379. Exploring Consciousness. Gems from Tom Campbell, $90. $29. He's got everything, something for every price range. I get it. You have to make money. You have to. But $125 for binaural beats? If you don't know what binaural beats is, it's basically two frequencies, one in the left ear and one in the right ear. Let's really quickly pull up the AI again. Can you tell me about binaural beats? What are they and how do they work?
Sure. Binaural beats are an auditory illusion created when you hear two slightly different frequencies in each ear. Your brain perceives a third tone that is the mathematical difference between the two frequencies. For example, if you hear a 300 Hz tone in one ear and a 310 Hz tone in the other, your brain perceives a beat of 10 Hz. People use binaural beats to promote relaxation, improve focus, or aid in sleep, as different frequencies are believed to influence brainwave activity and states of consciousness. It's a pretty interesting concept. Have you ever tried listening to them?
Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, super interesting concept. Binaural beats, check it out. But definitely, do not pay $400 for binaural beats. Go on YouTube, type in binaural beats. It's there for free, okay? In my opinion, he's a salesman. He's selling online courses, okay? What's really cool is, yes, he actually did open up my eyes. So going back to this random website generator, check out this Awakened community here on Reddit. Love it is not what you think. I'm not saying that these things are correct or not correct or anything like that. But I definitely say that it's always good to open up your mind to different, I'm skeptical, Fox. Okay? Be open minded, but be skeptical, right? Let's read a little bit of this. Love is not what you think. Credits to real ATMA Badha. Revealing the secret mysteries of love boggle the mind for the simple reason that so many people seem very difficult to love. So when religion or spiritual tradition mandates you to love your neighbor, it feels like an impossible task. Not least of all because loving even oneself is apparently uncommon enough. I'll be honest with you, I believe it's easier to love your neighbor than it is to love yourself. Sometimes I believe that you are your own biggest enemy. The perspective that unravels this daunting task is simple when the nuance is understood that people are not themselves. Ideological possession strips away a sense of individuality so much that it is hard not only for others to recognize you, but can make you a stranger even to yourself. So the secret to loving others is by not loving what is wrong with them, but by loving what is right and true. Indeed, love of the truth itself is loving the highest authority. that exist in each. No matter how divorced from this, they each can appear to be. So fret not that you can't love someone, for that just means that knowing that person truly is not yet done. For when the obscuring layers are stripped bare, what's left you cannot help but love. Okay, great. So basically, see the good in people. I very much agree with this. Something that I always like to promote is to go outside and take a walk. Okay? If you're stuck in this world where all you see is the bad, go outside, take a walk, say hello to your neighbors. Okay? It's critical that you experience the real world as it is versus the real world that is portrayed on the internet. I'm here documenting what I see on the internet, but you better believe that I'm out there saying hello to my neighbors. It's absolutely critical. So, anyway, once again, Thomas Campbell, it was nice to meet you. I'm not going to give you $400 for binaural beats. Joe, thank you so much for challenging this gentleman here. Around 2 hours and 33 minutes. I'm just going to show like 15 seconds of this. I'm not sure how YouTube works in terms of like copyright strikes. I don't want to get them. What is my goal with this channel? Is to just keep it alive. I'm trying to document the internet for myself and for you. One day, I want to be able to look back and see what was going on at a specific date and time. Today is the 27th of January. Let's see if we could play a little clip of this. I'm going to just try to limit it. But basically, what's happening is Thomas Campbell is telling Joe about this amazing meditation that he was able to complete with a friend. They were both transcending reality or transcending, I don't know if you would consider it a dimension. They were out of body, okay? So together they were out of body and they were talking to themselves. Apparently there was recordings of this, and apparently these recordings mysteriously disappeared. So Joe did challenge him. If you could do this, why don't you do it again? And I'm not gonna lie, but Thomas got a little bit flustered. I'm sure I'm gonna get a little bit of hate in the comments. Please feel free to leave me some hate. If I'm wrong about this guy, if Thomas Campbell is not just an online course salesman, please let me know. Once again, thank you, Thomas, for opening my eyes up to this world. It's very interesting, okay? But you're selling binaural beats for $400. You're selling online courses, dude. Let's be real. If you really want to spread love and you wanted to spread, information on how to do these things, it's okay. But anyway, let's play a little bit of this.
On how and monitor it every step of the way and then distribute that information. That would open up a lot of people's eyes.
I did it again with Nancy Lee, who's now Nancy Lee McMonagle, Joe McMonagle's wife. She was Nancy Lee Honeycutt, Bob's stepdaughter. And I worked with her for some, and we did that. We had an adventure where we both were together.
And you recorded all this?
So basically, he did it once, and then he did it again, and then here we go. Joe says, did you record this?
I don't know.
See, this.
He doesn't know, right? So this guy is a master of the mind, but he doesn't know if he recorded something. 2 hours and 34, yes. A 7-year-old man or whatever, he's going to get tired. Joe's not tired. Joe does this. This is fun for Joe. Joe loves to talk. But this man, he's getting up there in age. And when you get up there in age, yeah, you start getting tired and talking kind of becomes a chore, I would imagine. To say that I don't know if I made a recording of something incredible, I get it, dude. It's not about proving this and yeah, you're working on other projects. Are you just an online course salesman potentially, right? So yeah, anyway, cool. Thomas Campbell, check out this podcast. It's super interesting in all honesty. At least if this man opens up your eyes, then he is doing positive to the world. But to be paying $300 for binaural beats, I'm sorry, you should not. Let's see, we're at about, I don't know. We got 20 minutes on the clock. This is going to be episode 1 of Cruising with Fox. I'm going to start the series right. I'm going to do things where I focus on one thing. I'm also going to do things where I do focus on a series, looking out there into the internet. Once again, if you have a cool website or subreddit for me to check out, please leave me a comment down below. The rules here on Skeptical Fox are: we stay neutral, we ask thought-provoking questions without sharing opinions. I'm sure I shared some opinions. I'm going to try to do better. I'm worried that my opinions will get me taken off of YouTube. I don't want to share my opinions. I do want to ask you thought-provoking questions. If I did that, please leave me a comment down below. What did you question during this podcast? And going back to Thomas Campbell, or any of his fans watching this, let me know. We do promote respectful, open discussions here. We encourage understanding and different perspectives. We motivate positive community actions. Go say hello to your neighbors. Go take a walk, wave to somebody. Obviously, if you live in New York City, you're going to get a different reaction than if you live in the suburbs. In the Midwest, people are more friendly. What makes you stop and question things? Drop your answer in the comments below. Your perspective could spark someone else's curiosity. If you're enjoying the ride so far, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more internet cruising and big thinking moments. Let's grow this curious community together. That wraps up today's cruise. Remember, the internet is a wild place, but with the right questions, we can make sense of it together. Stay curious, stay kind, and until next time, keep cruising.